US President Joe Biden has vowed that the Democrats will make gains in next year's midterm elections, a result that would defy the political odds as the White House grapples with a series of crises. So what does the president have to look forward to in 2022? Joining me now live is political analyst and professor at Curtin University, Joe Siracusa. Professor, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Firstly, how critical will the midterms be for Joe Biden next year?
Good morning, Danica. Oh, they're very critical. I mean, you need 218 votes in the House to control what's going on. The Democrats have a 5% majority right now, but they're pretty much forecasted to lose all of that. A very interesting poll, series of polls have been taken. The average just appeared in one major poll, and that is 64% of the American people think that Joe Biden the country's headed in the wrong direction. They don't like the way the president has handled the economy, the coronavirus crisis, or the pandemic. They don't like the way he's not been able to deliver legislation and the like. And so, we had a guy in 1937 who flew the wrong way. Instead of going to California from New York, he went to Dublin. So they called him Wrong Way Corrigan. So we're looking at the wrong way president. He's just headed in the wrong direction, Danica, and he's guaranteed to lose. Now, the really interesting thing here is, if there is a crisis in the Supreme Court, that is, if the Supreme Court rules against abortion, that might be his saving grace, because there'll be all kinds of protests across the United States, uniting women of different colors and different parties who fought this fight in the 1960s and 70s, and not going to go back to the 1940s and 50s. So, ironically, the conservative Supreme Court might be able to reverse this thing. Otherwise, the president has very, very little chance. He's a lame duck president. He said on television a couple of days ago that he'd run again if he was healthy. Well, I'll tell you what, there are a lot of people who don't want him to run at all based on anything. And he and Manchin, his main opponent in West Virginia, who's stopping everything, they're baby boomers. There's a lot of generational people below them, including the progressives, who want their turn at it. So they're tired of the way this president is handling things. And of course, as you know from the coronavirus, the Omicron variant coming out, that America doesn't have a very good handle on it. In fact, nobody does. And I think we're going to go right down to herd immunity. So when the president begs Americans to put on their damn mask and social distancing, that's probably the best advice they can give him. But they're not listening very carefully. Anyway, the president's headed in the wrong direction.
All right. But does he have any real opposition at the moment?
Oh, yeah. I think half the people in his party are ready to pounce on him. Cory Booker and Kamala Harris is very, very ambitious. And God help us, even Hillary Clinton threatened the other day on television. She might have another go at the presidency, because she can beat Donald Trump at this time. But, the president has other things to worry about. He's got to deal with Vladimir Putin in Ukraine. He's got to deal with the North Koreans. And, of course, we never did get around to rebuilding that trust with the Iranians. So he's got all kinds of foreign crises on the horizon. And domestically, he doesn't have any way of, I think, proceeding to a second term. So he's what we call, as you know, a lame duck. And no one has to pay much attention to a lame duck, because they ain't going to be around long enough to hurt you. So the president, he's had his shot at it. He hasn't done a very good job yet. But to be fair to him, he's got a party that is very, very divided and looking for his blood.
Professor Joe Siracusa, we have to leave it there. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Okay, thank you.